You were always the mistake. Those were the exact words my dad whispered when I walked through the door. Not welcome home, not we missed you, just that. Like I was something he wished never happened. My name is Emma Carter. I'm 27 years old. And today, inside a fancy office with shiny floors and expensive paintings, my family tried to pretend I didn't exist. My brother laughed at me. My dad took a check worth $38 million and set it on fire with a lighter right in front of my face. But here's what they didn't know. Grandpa was smarter than all of them, and what he really left me wasn't on that check. It was hiding somewhere else, somewhere they could never touch. Have you ever been treated like you don't matter by the people who should love you most? Keep watching, because what happened next changed everything. I walked into that lawyer's office feeling like I was walking into a trap. Nobody smiled. Nobody even looked at me. My stepmom, Jessica, sat there filing her nails like she had better places to be. My brother Michael kept checking his phone like I was boring. And my dad, he just stared at me with cold eyes, like I was a stranger, like I hadn't spent 3 years away working 2 jobs just to survive. When Mr. Harrison, the lawyer, started reading Grandpa's will, the room went silent. Michael got the beach house. Jessica got the jewelry collection. My dad got the company cars, and then my name was called to Emma Carter, my beloved granddaughter who never forgot me. The words felt like a hug from far away. Mr. Harrison pulled out a check. I saw the numbers, $38 million. My heart stopped. Then my dad jumped up. He grabbed it right out of Mr. Harrison's hand. "You think you deserve this," he shouted. Then he pulled out his silver lighter. The same one he always carried. The same one he used to light his cigars when he wanted to look important. And he burned it, right there, in front of everyone. The paper curled, turned black, became ash. I should have cried. I should have screamed. But I didn't. I just sat there, smiling. Because I remembered something Grandpa told me 2 months before he died. "Emma," he said, "if they ever try to take what's yours, let them think they won. Then show them the truth." I left that office without saying a word. I didn't slam the door. I didn't yell. I just walked out like I had lost everything. But inside I was buzzing. Because 3 weeks earlier, Grandpa had called me to a coffee shop. Not his house, not the office. A quiet little place where nobody knew us. He slid a brown envelope across the table. "Don't open this until they try to hurt you," he said. His hands were shaky. His voice was weak. But his eyes were sharp. I tucked it into my bag. I didn't ask questions. I just trusted him. The same man who sent me $20 every week when Dad kicked me out at 19. The same man who called me on my birthday every single year when everyone else forgot. The same man who told me, "Emma, you're not a mistake. You're a miracle." Now he was gone, and I was holding his last gift. That night I sat on my apartment floor. The envelope felt heavy. I opened it slowly. Inside was a letter and a small plastic card. The letter said, "Emma, the check was fake, a test. I knew your father would try to destroy it. The real inheritance is in an account I opened for you 5 years ago. This card will give you access. I've also transferred all my shares in Carter Industries to your name. You now own 51% of the company. They can't touch it. They can't fight it. It's yours." I stared at the card. My hands were shaking. I logged into the account. The screen loaded. Then I saw it. $42 million, not 38, 42. He'd been adding to it, quietly, secretly, for years. I should have felt happy. But then I tried to buy groceries the next day. My card was DECLINED. I called the bank. The woman on the phone sounded confused. "Ma'am, your account shows you're deceased." "What?" "I'm standing right here." "I understand, but according to our records, a death certificate was filed last week." I hung up. My chest felt tight. I went to the DMV to get a new ID. They told me the same thing. "You're listed as dead in the system." Someone had erased me, not just from the will, from life. I sat in my car, my hands gripping the wheel. Then I saw him. My brother standing outside a cafe, talking on his phone. Laughing, I rolled down my window. He saw me. His face went white. Then he ran. That's when I knew. This wasn't an accident. This was a plan. I didn't cry. I didn't break. I called someone Grandpa told me to trust if things went bad. Her name was Rachel Stone, a lawyer who used to work for Grandpa before she quit and started fighting for people like me. People who got stepped on. I met her in a small office that smelled like old books. I handed her everything. The fake death certificate, the letter from Grandpa, the account card. She read it all. Then she looked up at me. "They tried to bury you." "Literally." "Yes," she smiled. It was the kind of smile that made me feel safe. "Let's unbury you." She filed papers that same day. Emergency injunction, fraud investigation, identity theft. She moved fast. Meanwhile, I called a man named Daniel Ross, a computer guy who used to help Grandpa with his files. He found the fake signature on my so-called death certificate in under an hour. This was signed with a computer, he said. See this? The ink doesn't match, it's a scan. They didn't even try to hide it well. We had proof. Real proof. Next, Rachel froze everything. The company accounts, the board meetings, even my dad's personal credit cards. Within 48 hours, my dad's lawyer called, begging to settle. No, Rachel said, we're going to court. The courtroom was packed. My dad wore his best suit. My brother sat beside him looking nervous. Jessica wasn't even there. The judge was a woman with silver hair and no patience for lies. Rachel stood up. She didn't yell. She didn't need to. She just showed the evidence. The fake document, the stolen shares, the erased identity. The judge's face got hard. This is criminal, she said. She ruled in my favor. Everything. The money, the shares, the company control. And she added something extra. A restraining order. My dad couldn't come near me, couldn't call, couldn't even say my name in public. I walked out of that courthouse and felt the sun on my face. For the first time in years, I could breathe. I didn't spend the money on revenge. I didn't rub it in their faces. I did something better. I started the Carter Foundation, a place for young women who got kicked out by their families, who got told they were MISDAKES. We give them housing. We give them job training. We give them hope. Our first guest was a girl named Lily. She was 20. Her parents told her she was worthless. Now she's studying to be a nurse. And every time someone walks through our doors, I think of Grandpa. I think of that envelope. I think of how he believed in me when no one else did. Last month, I saw my dad at a grocery store. He was buying cheap bread. He looked tired. Old, he saw me. He opened his mouth like he wanted to say something. I didn't wait. I just walked past him. Because I don't owe him anything. Not my time. Not my words. Not my forgiveness. This story doesn't end with me hatting them. It ends with me building something they could never destroy. Grandpa didn't leave me money. He left me power. The power to choose who I become. And I chose to be someone who helps people like me. People who were told they don't matter. So if someone ever made you feel small, invisible, or like a mistake, remember this. You're not. You're a miracle waiting to happen. Have you ever been erased by the people who should have loved you? Comment below. Share your story. You're not alone. And if this story made you feel anything, hit that subscribe button. Because at Iron Revenge, we don't just tell stories, we tell the truth. More stories, more justice, more power. See you in the next one.